What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over my morning routine, why I have the morning routine, and exactly what I do for my morning routine. All right, so like I said, this video we're going to be going over my exact morning routine that I do every single day, and this is not only a routine that I do every single day, this is also a routine that I use with all of my clients as well that I work with online, and I'm going to explain kind of why I give this routine and how it has ultimately helped me to have a successful and more productive day overall. So first off, I want to say if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing down below. That way you never miss out on any future videos, and be sure to turn on the notification bell and select all notifications as your settings, because YouTube has kind of sneaky lately and they're only notifying you of occasional uploads and not actually all of the uploads that you are subscribing for. So with that being said, guys, let's hop right into this video. This is a 5-step morning routine that I do with myself every single day, as well as with my clients. Now, I will say I am not perfect. I am human. There is some days where this does not 100% go as planned, but 99% of the time, this is the exact routine that I do every single morning. So the first thing that I do is when I get up out of bed, I make my bed. That is step number one, is to make your bed. Because if you can't even make your bed, you're already letting that habit of not doing what you should be doing and not taking care of the things that you need to be taken care of. It's going to spill over into the rest of your life. So if you're somebody who doesn't make your bed in the morning, you probably have trash in your room, or you have, dishes in the sink, or you have crumbs on your floor, or you have, your bathroom has clothes on the floor. Ultimately, by not taking action first thing in the morning and checking that off your list and taking initiative and cleaning up, you're going to spill over that behavior into other areas of your life. And this is something that happens very subtly. It's not something that sometimes we don't even notice it until it becomes a habit and we have just all over the place. So this is number one task in the morning, is to wake up and make your bed. The second thing that I do is I wake up, I go right into my kitchen. Typically, I like to even have it the night before, and I'll put a glass of water right next to my bed. If I didn't do that the night before, I will wake up and I will get a glass of water immediately right when I wake up. And the reason for this is because when you're sleeping, you're not hydrating your body. Have you ever noticed how when you wake up first thing in the morning, if you look in the mirror, this is when you're least bloated. This is when you look the most, shredded if you are a lower body fat. This is when you ultimately can see more definition in your body before you have put any food or liquids or anything else into it. So you need to go ahead and hydrate your body when you first wake up. This is going to help get your organs moving. This is going to just give your body the hydration that it needs first thing in the morning. And again, this is another habit building activity. A lot of people, when they wake up, they typically just have a coffee right away. And what happens is throughout the day, they have another coffee, and by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes some people haven't even had a glass of water, by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They wonder why they're tired, they're sluggish, they're not performing properly, and they just don't feel good overall because you're not hydrated. So by taking that first step in the morning and having that glass of water, you're going to build the habit to actually consume more water. Once you get that first glass down, if you want to have coffee, if you want to have a Monster, whatever it is that you do in the morning for your routine, then have that after. But first, have the water. And this is ultimately going to help you to go ahead and get 8 to 16 ounces of water in immediately right when you wake up, and work towards that goal of being able to drink more water. So this has helped me as well as the clients that I work with. Step number 3 for when I wake up for my morning routine is, like I said, some people like to have coffee. Some people like to have an energy drink, whatever it is that you like to have for your morning boost. Some people can just not have anything in the morning. Me personally, I like to have some sort of caffeine when I wake up. So what I do is I have my Thermogenic. This is by Evogen. This is Liposide IR. This is just a fat burner. Now, I want to do a disclaimer on this. A fat burner is not going to be a miracle pill. There is a lot of nonsense out there about fat burners that if you take them, you're going to get more toned and you're going to, burn more calories without actually working out. And that's so far from the truth, because ultimately this is literally just a caffeinated powder. It's going to elevate your heart rate. There is other ingredients in there to help with thermogenesis, but to be honest, the biggest thing when it comes to losing weight is your diet and your calories in versus out. I simply take this for the thermogenic effect. I like how it makes me sweat more. It makes me just feel better when I'm doing my cardio, which is the next step that I get into, is I do some sort of movement in the morning. As you guys saw in my last video, I posted an 8-minute morning workout that you guys can do. So whether you do something like this, or you do push-ups, or you walk your dog, you walk on the treadmill, whatever it is, you should be doing some sort of movement in the morning, and that way you can get your body flowing. Again, you can start building habits. You can get into the habit of actually exercising and fitting it into your day, because as the day goes on, is typically you're gonna find as it gets harder to actually do your workout, because life happens, text messages come in, people have demands, people have needs, your work needs you, your boss needs you, your wife needs you, your kids need you, all these demands coming around, your friends, fam, whatever. And ultimately what happens is by the end of the day, you're so drained that we tell ourselves that we're tired and we're not really motivated to go to the gym. So by getting it done first thing in the morning, ultimately this has been a huge game changer for me. Whenever I do not do any sort of morning activity, I do not have a productive day, period. So I do some sort of movement in the morning, and I don't do it for the fat loss. I don't do it because doing something fasted is going to burn more calories or some nonsense like that. There may be some science and whatever to it that people have. But at the end of the day, the reason why I do it is for the mental aspect. I do it for the mental clarity. I do it to get me moving and to, again, stack these wins on top of each other first thing in the morning. So we have already made our bed. We have drank a glass of water. We've taken our thermogenic. We've gotten up moving for the morning. After I get back from my workout, the next thing that I do is I sit down and I journal. And this is important because when you have a journal that you can look back on 6 months, a year from now, ultimately you can see how far you've been able to progress over that time. Whereas if you don't do this, sometimes it's hard for us to realize the progress that we are making, whether that is in our mentality, in our body. It's the same thing why people take progress pictures and people, post on social media for accountability, because when you have that track record set and, there for you to look at and to grab from, you're ultimately going to be able to see how far you've come in that short amount of time. So this is an important thing. The things that I write in my journal, first thing is I write 3 things that I'm grateful for that day. And this can be anything from I'm grateful to be able to see, I'm grateful to be able to have a home, I'm grateful to be able to walk, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for God's grace, I'm grateful for this computer. It can be anything. Like a lot of people, when they first start doing this exercise, and me included, you start to think that you have to have these big things that you're grateful for. Like, I'm so grateful for the fact that I have come so far in my life and I've been able to progress. And we go way, way, way too deep, when at the end of the day, you need to be grateful for the little things in life. There's no silly thing to be grateful for, because like I said, being grateful to be able to see, to be able to hear, these are things that some people woke up this morning and they're not able to do anymore. Somebody may have lost their sight, somebody may have lost their hearing, or maybe they just could never do it from the very start of their life. So ultimately, we have to be grateful that we're able to do this, because we are truly blessed. And as Americans, we take so many things for granted. We take the fact that we have a water faucet, multiple water faucets in our house for granted. We think that it's a standard. We take the fact that we have, air conditioning or a roof over our head or just windows and doors. Like, these are things that not everybody has the benefit to do or to have. So there's no silly thing to be grateful for, guys. Just do this every single day. And I guarantee you, after about a week, 2 weeks, your mind will start to expand. You'll start to get a little more creative. You'll start to think of things that maybe you didn't think of because you were just so busy in the day to day. It's going to allow you to get more deep and more grateful for each and every day of your life. So the next thing that I write down are 5 statements of I am. Now, these are going to be positive statements that you can reinforce to yourself, because most of us are our own worst enemy. We have this voice inside of our head that says we aren't good enough, we aren't pretty enough, we aren't blessed enough, we aren't strong enough, we aren't courageous enough, we'll never do this, I can't do this and that. And we get so negative in our head that if you can start the morning with saying positive things about yourself, it's going to be harder for you to be negative throughout the day. When somebody says something about you, over time, you're going to start to realize that they are false statements. That's their perspective. That's the outside. And you can't control what's on the outside. You can only control what's on the inside. So by doing this, you're going to just reinforce the fact that you truly are blessed. You are courageous. You are beautiful. You are wanted. You are valued. These type of things is going to overall, it's going to change your life and change your perspective on everything. So After that, I write down 3 tasks that I want to do for the day, and it's as simple as that for the journaling. And then after I journal, I take a shower and I start my day. It's literally that simple. So this is just my everyday morning routine. Again, like I said, I'm not perfect. No human being on this planet is perfect. So if you start doing this 3 days and then, the 4th day, you're not able to do it or something happens and, maybe you didn't do a step or whatever, like it's okay. Move on, go to the next day and try to do your best to do this each and every day. And if you do this consistently over time, you're going to start to feel that you actually have control of your day and that things are not coming to you because you're taking care of yourself first. And once you take care of yourself and you fill your own cup up, you're now able to pour into others. You're now able to respond to that text message. You're now able to help that person without feeling like you haven't done anything for yourself yet. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe down below. That way you never miss out on a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, drop them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. If you liked this video, check out these 2 videos right over here. And if you are a man who feels lost, you feel like you don't have purpose in your life and you're not sure what steps to be taking, I want to offer you a chance to join my free challenge. We're going to transform your body, master your mindset, and rebuild your life to make you feel alive again and bring you back to life. If you want to check that out, click the link right over here, and I'll see you on the other side.